Are you feeling like a zombie lately? Tired of the same old energy drinks promising the world but delivering the jitters and a crash? Look no further than Sneak Energy, your secret weapon for all your energy needs. With all natural ingredients, Sneak will give you all the energy you need to boost through your day without feeling like a lab rat on caffeine. Don't believe us? Try it yourself and see what a difference it can make to your routine. So what are you waiting for? Hit the link in the description and pick up your Sneak Starter Pack today. Now enjoy the clip. Talk about with you, but back where I wanted to talk, which is about this Rasmus Højlund. So the story is that if Manchester United can't sign Harry Kane, Rasmus Højlund is a target that Erik ten Hag really likes. I think it's probably fair to say that the two high priorities for Erik ten Hag are Harry Kane and Osimhen, and if neither of those are gettable, then I think we probably will move for Rasmus Højlund of Atalanta, because I think he ticks a lot of boxes. Now, here's one to put in your pipe and smoke it. How would you feel if Man United signed Harry Kane and then Spurs used the money from Harry Kane to buy Rasmus Højlund for half the price? So we give Spurs £100 million for 30-year-old Harry Kane, and they take 60 of it and go and buy Højlund from Atalanta. Might drop. I mean, it might not bother you. It might not bother you. It might bother you. But you know, look, you've got to look at this. It's a bit like if we buy Kane and Chelsea buy Osimhen. Like, it's not like there's many levels to what we're going to do with this striker thing, and it's not just about Harry Kane's world class. Let's go and sign Harry Kane because everyone's saying let's buy Harry Kane. As you know, I've always felt that Man United would buy Harry Kane. I said it back in bloody September. I thought it was obvious that we'd buy Harry Kane, and lo and behold, it looks like we will. But I've never been comfortable with it. I think Harry Kane's world class. There's no doubt about that. And if he signs for United, he's got my 100% support. It's not about, I don't want us to buy him, I don't want us to buy him. But all I'm saying is that there are issues if you do buy him, potentially around age. He could start picking up injuries. It's a lot of money. You've got to deal with Spurs. And where do all the other options go if we go for Harry Kane? Where do all these young strikers go? You could end up in a situation where we buy Harry Kane, in 4 years' time, he retires, he's finished, and then we're looking at Spurs to pay another 100 million for Højlund. So it's almost like maybe we should just go for the young striker now. There's something more exciting and innovative and forward-thinking, pardon the pun, going for someone like Rasmus Højlund than there is Harry Kane. I've always said that. I don't really like buying other people's stars or other, taking other clubs' managers. That was the problem with Mourinho, wasn't it? Chelsea sacked him, we took him. So look, I think we'll buy Harry Kane, but I'd like to think that we might have a look at other options. One of the best versus someone no one has seen play is Robert McCormack, and massively bothers me. 100 million to a rival who we've been competing with for top four. We shouldn't be building. We should be building for the future and stop buying these 30+ players, says Dan Watson. And Seb, welcome to Members Club. But of course, overarching all of that, you've got the Robin van Persie thing. I mean, I'll drop another one. I'm dropping some good takes this morning, which is unusual. So yeah, look, if we buy Harry Kane, what if Spurs buy Højlund, or somebody that we would like Vlahovic or Ramos from Benfica? That's one option. Another option is, Ten Hag's had these dinner dates with Sir Alex. I don't think they've been talking about last night's episode of The Mandalorian. This is the way. I don't think that's what they've been talking about. What if they've been talking about stuff like, what if Sir Alex is sat there whilst they're chewing on the steak going, you know what? Go and get Harry Kane, I'm telling you. Go and get Harry Kane. I've played the game. Go and get Harry Kane, Eric. Go and get Harry Kane, I'm telling you. I've played the game. I did it with I'm not going to carry on with that. I did it with Van Persie. This is what happens, who knows? And Erik ten Hag might listen to Sir Alex. So I'm not, Manchester United Football Club want Harry Kane. They've wanted him for about 4 years. So our scouting network, our director of football, our board is the same today as it was 4 years ago. So I'm not going to lie to you. There's people within that football club who 100% will be saying, should we go and get Harry Kane? Because they've wanted him for years. And I think Ten Hag's gone, yeah. And I think that's where we're at the moment. But the one thing is, if you don't want Harry Kane, and I'm not saying I don't, because as Robert says, you know, I know Robert's a big fan. I know many of you are big fans. I know Charlie's a big fan. I think Adam's a big fan. I respect that. He's a world-class striker. I just personally would rather we went for somebody a bit younger that we can develop ourselves. But I said this a couple of weeks ago. I read somewhere today. I read loads of stuff this morning, so I can't shout out where it was from. Maybe some of you have read the same article, but we definitely have been saying it for a few weeks, and I read it in an article this morning. The problem with Harry Kane is that in the middle of June, he's playing England internationals, then he'll be going on holiday, and then he'll come back for pre-season in early July, by which time United will not have sorted a deal out. So he will go on pre-season tour with Spurs, wherever that's going to be. And I can see a situation where we're still working on this deal in mid to late August, which means he'll miss our pre-season and he'll miss the start of the season. Well, you know, that to me is a kicker in itself, what damage that can do. And we've also seen the benefits of being on a pre-season with Erik Ten Hag. So, you know, that's another reason for me. I want a striker to come in right here, right now. ZR7 says, keep up the great work. Thank you, pal. And morning, Mark. I'm sat in my tile shop in Scotland on my own till 5. Cheers for keeping me sane, says Cypher. Well, hopefully you'll get some customers. If you tell us where it is, we'll give you a shout out, Cypher. Ash, maybe you want a nice quiet day on a Friday. Welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. So that's the latest on the striker situation. We'll obviously see how it develops. Don't forget, today we've got Erik Ten Hag's press conference coming in at lunchtime, and I'll be doing a preview for the first time in a couple of weeks this afternoon as well for the United game. Why can't we go for both, Mark, says Evans? Well, I suppose that feeds into the news about the sale. Look, a very quick update on this. I sort of hinted at it yesterday. There's a very big expectation from the people who are in the know that there will be a significant update around the sale of Manchester United today or at some point over the next, well, I would say today. I don't think we'll get it over the weekend. You never know. But if it's not today, early next week. But it's expected to be at some point today. There'll be a big update around the sale of Manchester United because the Rain Group have had the bids for a week. And, you know, everyone needs to know what the next stage is going to be. And the expectation is that Sir Jim, Al-Thani and everybody else, they don't know what the next stage is going to be. So as soon as they know, it's expected that will hit public, and that could well be today. Sometimes it happens on a Friday night. It's happened in a Friday night before, but that's the rumour going round from the people in the know. And obviously, as soon as we know for sure, we will let you know, but you'll probably see it publicly anyway. But there's expected to be a big announcement. I say big announcement, you know what I mean? Like the big announcement I'm talking about was when we had that deadline of the Friday a few weeks ago, and then the Wednesday, and then, you know, the bids are going in, or there's going to be a third stage of bidding. And ultimately, what I'm hoping for from that is that there's going to be one preferred bidder that goes through to the final stage. That's what we were promised. That's what we hoped. And when I say that's what we were promised, we were told back in November and throughout December and January that the aim was to have the deal done by the end of March. Well, today is the 31st of March.